Everyone watches Marvel movies. You watch them, I watch them, your mom probably watched WandaVision. Recently, I was rewatching some of the earlier MCU movies, and it really struck me how differently they did humor before and after Endgame. Just take a look at this scene from Age of Ultron.
What about Jane? Where are the ladies, gentlemen?
Oh, Miss Potts has a company to run.
Yes, I'm not even sure what country Jane's in.
Both Iron Man and Thor are competitive, have pretty big egos. So when the conversation slides towards being about their partners, it automatically becomes a competition to see whose is better.
Her work on the Convergence has made her the world's foremost astronomer.
And the company that Pepper runs is the largest tech conglomerate on Earth. It's pretty exciting.
There's even talk of Jane getting a Nobel Prize.
Yeah, they must be busy because...
Now, that is the MCU I remember. This is a great example of Marvel doing humor properly. In fact, basically all of what we see in this scene is done really well. And I want to take away 4 main key points from this conversation specifically, because we'll be able to use those to compare to every other scene I'm going to go over in this video. First, all the humor aligns with who the characters are, as well as what's happening with the story. It also doesn't require making a joke out of someone, and it can help deepen our understanding of the characters themselves. This is simply some light-hearted banter that doesn't make fun of any one of them. And during this process, it also gives us some insight into their personal lives and what has happened to them after the previous movie.
But Jane's better.
During a humorous scene like this, we still have glimpses into their lives, making it feel like they're more than just superheroes, but also people. And the problems they face aren't just thrown in for the sake of having a somewhat flawed character. That again aligns with who they are.
You find a place in Brooklyn yet? I don't think I can afford a place in Brooklyn.
Just like that, we know more about how the whole Avengers thing operates. Clearly, while the paycheck of being an Avenger must be somewhat decent because Tony exists, it makes sense that a person like Cap would be hesitant to accept Tony's money for personal use, which is why he isn't rich. The look on Cap's face as Falcon says home is home also tells us his perspective on things and how he perceives the modern world. Because while Brooklyn is still his home, the Brooklyn he sees now and the one he grew up knowing are simply far too different for it to feel like home anymore.
I don't think I can afford a place in Brooklyn.
Well, home is home, you know?
Things like this are implied instead of the film babysitting the audience and explaining each and every detail to us. Details like perhaps all these World War II veterans at this party probably being here because Cap invited them, as he might not relate to anyone else as well as he does with them.
I gotta have some of that.
No. Barrels built from the wreck of Ronho's fleet is not meant for mortal men.
Stop trying to scare us. Come on.
All right.
Eggshell shield.
It also manages to mix in a detail about Captain America's superpowers, as one of the side effects is that he simply can't get drunk.
This serum wouldn't just affect my muscles, it would affect my cells. Create a protective system of regeneration and healing, which means, I can't get drunk.
In some cases, these humorous situations even allow us to not just learn more about their characters, but also see hints for future events. And a perfect example of a scene which does both of these things is, of course, this one.
Right, so if I lift it, I then rule Asgard?
Yes, of course.
I will be reinstituting Prima Nocta.
Keep in mind that this happens after Cap is handed the Asgardian liquor not meant for mortal men, so Thor's respect for him isn't caused by Cap nudging the hammer. Instead, I think he already believed Cap is the type of man to be worthy, and nudging the hammer might have confirmed his suspicions. Aside from this, you can even use humor to help advance the story. And in the very same movie, we see a fantastic example of this happening, and that is the introduction of Vision. In this scene, nobody knows what to think of Vision. Cap is furious, Thor is shocked, Banner is confused, Wanda is aroused, and Quicksilver is probably confused as to why his sister now has a crush on a naked flying robot. But then, to resolve this tangled mess of emotions and opinions, Vision does this.
So there may be no way to make you trust me, but we need to go.
A unifying move that brings all the Avengers back together as a team and leads to the next scene of them gearing up for battle. What a way to brilliantly deliver not just a humorous interaction between all the characters that is connected to a previous scene, but also transition to the next part of the story. Honestly, this is just well written. Now, if we simply take these 4 points and use them to analyze a scene that's also meant to be funny from a newer MCU movie, like our introduction to Ironheart's character, we'll notice a pretty big difference quite quickly.
Princess Shuri, what the hell are you doing here? Oh shit, am I getting recruited?
Though considering this character is supposed to be a genius, she should instantly know that if the Princess of Wakanda herself shows up at your dorm room, it's probably something pretty urgent. So knowing this information, let's see how the scene pans out.
This place is no longer safe for you. Come with me, right now.
I got differential equations class in like 15 minutes.
See this? This is stupid. In the process of trying to do this key point, they sacrifice the integrity of the character and the tension in the story, as this reaction simply doesn't make any sense with who Ironheart is, how she's a fan of Wakanda and everything, and the current situation at hand where people are literally about to die. Imagine the Avengers showing up at your house asking to use your computer to save New York, and you go,
I got differential equations class in like 15 minutes.
We're already failing to meet the same level of quality. But for now, let's move on to the next part of the scene.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'm just gonna... Ooh!
Why the hell is she in the toilet? I don't understand why they wrote this scene this way. Before Shuri entered the dorm room, we can clearly see that Ironheart is the only person there. So either she scaled the freaking building and climbed through the window into the bathroom for some reason, or she broke into her dorm room, hid in her bathroom, and waited there this entire time, just sitting on the toilet or something, just so that she can jump scare her when she tries to use the bathroom. This makes no sense, but whatever. Let's keep playing the scene.
You need to be conscious of the way that you look. Walking around here with that ash on your head.
And now we see that this scene has failed all 4 criteria.
I told you. Look good. Calm down.
Okay, the fact that she even gets affected by this joke and starts getting self-conscious about her looks does not match with her character at all. She's someone who's never really cared much for her looks before, and her priority is being a fighter. So in a scene that's supposed to introduce a character in a way that makes the audience like them, they ended up making her extremely unlikable because she insults already established characters that people like, prioritizes her classes and grades over the lives of actual people, and is just not respectful or kind at all. Compare this to the introduction of Vision and how the film uses previously established concepts like lifting Thor's hammer, meaning you're worthy, and utilizing those to your advantage in a way that fits with the setting, tone, and characters present in that scene. It's crazy to me how in the old MCU, not just a lot of the dialogue, but also the humor felt connected in some way. So much of it is either referenced or mentioned again later on, like in this iconic scene where Sam and Steve first met, with Sam joking about his athleticism and the fact that he ran 13 miles like it was nothing.
Guess I got a late start.
Really? You should be ashamed of yourself. Should take another lap. Did you just take? I assume you just took it.
And then later, when they're getting hunted down and they're hiding out in Sam's house, he teases at Cap's biology again.
I made breakfast. You guys eat that sort of thing.
And finally, for the conclusion of this line of jokes, is this scene towards the end of the movie where Falcon saves Steve and says he's really heavy.
You're a lot heavier than you look.
Had a big breakfast.
All the jokes here are connected in some way. It's again an insane level of detail that, while isn't completely necessary, does enhance the story in a way that you might not notice at first glance. And I could just go on and on and on for every single time this sort of thing happens. Like Loki's scepter not working on Iron Man because he has an arc reactor.
This usually works. Well, performance issues, not uncommon. 1 out of 5.
Or perhaps the way Captain America first assumes the helicarrier is a submarine.
Is this a submarine?
Because trying to build an aircraft carrier submarine is actually something people tried to do back in World War II. But if I take a look at the new MCU films and I try to look deeper below the surface, it's just mostly empty.